everybody? Dead Girl here. Happy Wednesday. Or Wednesday. Oh my god, it's Sunday. I'm so used to Wednesday shows. I apologize. It is Sunday. And tonight I've got some very special guests. I have some of the ladies that are behind the scenes, if you will, of Spooky Empire. We're going to talk about their upcoming show that takes place next weekend. That is June 17th through the 19th at the Wyndham, right here in Orlando. So yeah, let's get into it and meet the ladies.
Hi.
So we have Gina Mangelli and we have Kim Wilson, two of the amazing ladies that are part of the team. You guys are part of that core team of talented people that make up Spooky Empire. You guys do shows twice a year, which, I mean, big kudos to that, because I'm sure you guys eat, sleep, and breathe Spooky at this point.
We do, yes. And we are just we have some amazing ladies that are behind the scenes at Spooky Empire. And so Kim's like my right hand, and when I'm not around, but yeah, we are exhausted right now. So I apologize if I look like I'm half asleep, but it's been a busy weekend.
No.
Yes.
You both look fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Can you guys tell us, or tell the folks watching at home, a little bit about what it takes to have two successful events each year?
Sure. First of all, this is year round. We work all year round. So as soon as one is done, we are into the next one. Sometimes they overlap. So we are constantly planning, sometimes both at the same time.
Jeez.
Yes. And it's crazy sometimes because you're trying to end one show and start another show, and it's exciting and you're exhausted and it's fun, but we're happy to do it.
Well, this year I know was a little bit more challenging because, I mean, literally what's normally your spring show you guys have in the summer, obviously, coming up next weekend. And then it's like 4 months later, and then you have the giant October show.
Yeah, I mean, we're not used to being this close. We're usually like March, April, May, like in that time period. So we've definitely overlapped this year. We've already been working on October for the last couple of months.
Oh, wow.
It has definitely made working this show just a little crazier.
But you're doing it. You ladies are doing it, and you still look fabulous, I might add.
Thanks.
You're being very kind. We're on very little sleep at the moment.
Yeah. Listen, I understand. I don't sleep anyway, so I get it. I'm right there with you. Now, a lot of people are very, very excited, including myself, about the upcoming summer show. So if you guys, let's put yourself in the attendees' shoes for a moment. If you guys were actually attending the show and not, putting it together and doing all the fun, amazing things behind the scenes, is there anything that you guys are looking forward to that's happening the most? I know there's a lot going on.
I would say I'm really excited about our kind of summertime events. And there's a couple of guests I'm excited about. I think Kim is probably more excited about the after hours pool parties and stuff. There's a couple of guests I'm really excited about for this show that we've never had before. Dennis O'Hare, I'm a huge fan of.
Me too.
Clint Howard, I think, is amazing, and even Julie Benz. Yeah, I think there's a few things I'm pretty excited about for this show.
I'm just going to kind of show the boys and girls at home just a quick snippet of some of the guests that you can expect to see coming up at Spooky. As Gina mentioned, we have Dennis O'Hare, Clint Howard, Heather Langenkamp, Daniel Harris, the guys from the Monster Squad, which is awesome, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, Kane Hodder, and then Tio Brianos, he's kind of new, right? He did the Child's Play series that just came out not too long ago.
Yes, absolutely. And he's going to be doing a photo op with Alex, which will be really cool, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. That'll be fun. So yeah, bring your Chucky dolls, dress in your Chucky costumes, and get in on that photo op, because that's a very unique one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, do you guys, I know you had mentioned, Gina, that you're looking forward to Dennis O'Hare and Clint Howard, as am I. Kim, who are you looking forward to?
Dennis O'Hare for sure for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm most looking forward to. But I'm also a big Dexter fan, so.
Was it Julia Benz?
Oh, Julie Benz. Yeah. Looking forward to her. And like Gina says, I'm so looking forward to just like everything we have planned for the whole weekend. Like the after parties, we really just did, I think we just added a few different things and to make it summery and fun. And I think it's going to be a good time.
I'm excited for all. I'm always excited for Spooky because it's great. Like, we get to see you guys, we get to see our friends, all of the amazing vendors that you guys always get. Like, I really don't know how you guys get such badass vendors. Like, they've got some fantastic stuff, and I spend way too much money in the vendor room, like, all the time.
So do I.
I know. I think you speak for all of us. We always have some really great artists, and
yeah, I think our vendors are amazing.
Yeah,
I love them.
They've got some good stuff in there, so make sure that you guys put some money aside for the vendors because it's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, is there a guess that if you guys let's just pretend for a minute. Do you guys have like a dream guest that you would love to have at the show? I mean, I've got a list, but I'm sure everybody does, but do you guys personally have that one guest that you'd be like, I really want him or her to come to the show?
Yes. That would be Gary Oldman. That's probably my ultimate guest. I mean, there's others. But that would probably be someone I'd really love to meet. Huge fan.
Yes. Dracula.
I actually would love to see like Toni Collette. That would be a cool guest.
Yes.
I like her a lot. She's always interesting.
I do love her. That would be a great guest. I like her.
Yeah.
I agree.
I like them both.
Thank you.
Those both of those are amazing and fantastic.
I mean, I think also Gina and I we like the rock and roll musician aspect too, and we would not hate if Eddie Vedder came.
That's true. You're not wrong.
I mean, I don't think anybody would hate if Eddie Vedder came. So I'm just saying, if anybody knows his people, like, hook it up.
I mean, if we're dreaming, let's dream big. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. If we're dreaming, let's just throw in like Ozzy and Rob Zombie because those are two huge.
I mean, Johnny Depp. Let's not,
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, I think you speak for most folks out there.
We just want a little eye candy sometimes.
Just something for the ladies. I mean, come on.
You're not wrong. And I mean, I think we would all appreciate some Johnny Depp eye candy. It's spooky for sure.
I mean, come on. I worked hard. I could use
Could use a treat, right? It's like a little treat just to kind of look over and see him just walking by would be like, oh, well, hello there.
Yeah. You never know.
We wouldn't hate it.
No. Those would be some awesome gets. I know, like, he would be one of my top. Like, if it ever were to happen, I would fangirl so hard.
I think in the background, all the women at Spooky, the team, we would all be like, "Oh, I'll sit with him. It's fine. I'll
get him his water. It's okay. Yeah. Don't worry. I'll take care of him."
Yeah,
we got it. It would definitely be a fight. Yeah, that's true.
There would be no shortage of helpers for that show.
No.
We'd all of a sudden have like 500 people signing up to help us that weekend.
You'd have so many volunteers. You'd just be like, well, listen, we have too many at this show. I'm sorry, we can't do it. And then you'd have that big, just have them all mud wrestle for that slot for Johnny Depp. Just be like, go, you guys. Just have a battle and figure it out.
Yeah. And be a fight to the death.
Yes. Little Hunger Games.
A little Hunger Games happening. Just find a spot somewhere. And
Volunteers tribute, for sure.
Tribute, yeah.
Same. Now we talked a little bit about the photo ops that you guys have coming. You mentioned that you've got Alex Vincent, and the dude from the new Child's Play series, which I think is awesome. But you've also got some other really interesting ones that I've not seen done before. And I'm here for all of them. I mean, you've got an interactive photo op happening with the Friday the 13th stars, Amy Steele and Adriana King. And you guys are going to have like a table and then people get to stick their heads through it.
Yep,
Is that-
we are. I know it's pretty cool. We didn't come up with that. So they actually came to us. They're like, we really want to do this really cool photo op, and we're like, absolutely. It just looked like a lot of fun.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you guys come up with the ideas for the photo ops like that, or do you just do the talent or celebrities or, however you want to refer to them? Do they just come to you and go, hey, this would be cool?
Sometimes we do. We have done that in the past, I believe. But a lot of times they come to us, and they sometimes come up with some creative, their costumes. And we have a lot of costume photo ops this year. And I just think it adds like a little extra fun for fans. For sure.
Absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't want to get a picture with Jason dressed up as Jason?
Right. Exactly.
Because typically that's what most people know them from. That's where they've seen them. That's where, got started their fandom. So, I mean, I think photo ops like those are really, really, really awesome. And it's very enticing as a fan to be like, oh, I could get my picture with them. And I could be like Jason's mom with my head up on the table.
Yes, I agree.
Those are very cool. Now, you guys, you mentioned this before. There's some after hours events taking place this year. And you guys have, let's be honest, for their after parties anyway, when most people come to Spooky, the first thing they're like is like, hey, where's the party? What's happening? And normally it's like a gathering and everybody just kind of gets together and hangs out. But this year you guys have added like a whole bunch of stuff. Like what's happening?
Kim, you can take this one.
Yeah, it's Camp Spooky, and we are here for it all. We really went with the theme. We were like, what can we do to like elevate it a little bit and make it fun? We're in summer. Everybody's who doesn't love a camp game? Who doesn't love having some drinks and playing musical chairs? I don't know. But I can't wait to see it. And they went afterwards, you're going to get a really cool medal. And then we're going to have a relay race and then an egg toss, which I know is going to get messy, but it's going to be completely fun.
I love an egg toss. Now, okay, so for folks because I've seen this question on some of like the Spooky Empire, the official attendees page, by the way, if you guys are not a member, check that out. There's all types of good information and tips and trips for Spooky, but I know a few people don't really understand what an egg toss is. So can you kind of help us out with that?
Yeah, you just get a partner and you guys will start off close and you'll just toss the egg and then you'll take a foot back and then you'll toss the egg back and it keeps going until we have one winner. And everybody has egg on their face.
I was going to say, are we doing raw eggs? Or are we doing like hard-boiled eggs? Oh, you're going for like
no,
messy,
we're doing raw eggs.
You gotta do it right.
I feel like it wouldn't be rock and roll if we didn't use raw eggs.
To keep it so it's not, the safe thing where it's like, oh, it just breaks and there's a little crack in the cooked egg. No, you're going to get messy.
Oh, it's
I think, yeah, for sure. And I think everybody's going to love it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It reminds me of for me personally, back in the day, I did the whole camp thing a couple of times and they had like the relay races or the three-legged races and we did the egg tosses. And that's definitely a huge throwback to, when I don't know what kids do nowadays if they even do camp anymore, but it was fun for me.
Yeah, I am so excited. We have whistles and megaphones and cones, and you are going to feel like you're in camp, but adult with drinks and very cool people. And I think we're going to laugh a lot, and the pictures it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited about it.
I am too.
Good.
Yeah, that's just Friday night.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so that's only on Friday. So that's like.
And then later that night we have a Jason costume contest.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Which should be awesome. That's for VIP tickets. You can win.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So Friday night will be good. Then later on we'll have a DJ. There's drink specials all weekend. Thank you, Red Bull.
Yes.
Nice.
You're gonna get if you buy any of our special drinks, you get the cup Kim has right there.
I don't really drink a lot, but I'm probably gonna spend the money and buy a drink just so I have the cup, because we have all the other small cups when you guys have done them at prior shows. So now we kind of need to add to the collection. So I'll have to buy one just to get the
the new thing to collect, I think.
Yeah, and Red Bull is our sponsor for that, but if you don't drink Red Bull, you can get the Red Bull on the side, and always remember, our volunteers would probably love a Red Bull if you throw it at them.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Good idea.
All right. So Friday night is the Jason costume contest, the fun camp-ish activities of like the relay and the egg toss, which is going to be amazing, which actually kind of brings me up to a question that I wanted to ask you guys before we get into Saturday's events. If you want to come to the after parties, so do you need to, is that a separate ticket? Is that included with your admission into Spooky Empire? How does that work?
Yeah, so you have to have admission to Spooky Empire. I know a couple of people asked, do I have to be staying at the hotel? I think you should stay at the hotel if you're going to participate in all this stuff. We don't want you to be driving home, but if you're not, then you just need your spooky admission. So as long as you have admission for either the day of the party or the weekend, then you're in.
Yep. And that's usually what, like they get their wristbands, and I know VIP, they had their wristbands and the lanyards, so make sure that you don't cut them off at the end of the day. Keep those on.
They are waterproof. Yeah. Don't cut them off.
And shower with them on is fine.
They are egg proof. They're waterproof. They're Red Bull proof. So keep them on.
They're all the thing proof.
Spooky Empire attendee proof.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that needs to be a thing. It's Spooky Empire attendee proof. That covers a wide range of things.
Does cover a lot.
It sure does.
There's a lot of things that could fall under that umbrella.
Yes. Now, you guys have something else happening. You also have another after party happening on Saturday. So what's going on Saturday night?
Saturday.
Oh, sorry.
Nope. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm so excited. We're having the Dive-In movie, Friday the 13th, part 2, starting at 8:00, and then with the best float contest, which I think is fun. You guys can go nuts.
Do they have to be store-bought, or can people like tie some sticks together and make a raft? Like, how are we categorizing best float?
If it floats, it's in.
It's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see.
Yeah. And then after that, DJ PD Pumpkinini is going to come out and do his thing and get the party going, like he does.
Very awesome. I love the movie showing aspect of it. I remember like many a moon ago, my first Spooky Empire in like 2004. Let me date myself here real quick. I would always go and watch like the movies that you guys would show in some of the breakout rooms and stuff. And I know there isn't really, room for that at the Wyndham because you can't fit all the good things. But I love the fact that you're kind of bringing that back in a way, as having the film shown at the pool during that after party on Saturday. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think with having our show in the summer for the first time, we just want to take advantage of, all the outdoor areas and the pool. It's going to be warm, so I think taking advantage of the pool was a great idea.
Absolutely.
And then we kind of have, this Friday the 13th theme has kind of like come about because of all of our guests. And so we're doing the Friday the 13th part 2 panel. And then right after you can head over to the movie. So I think it'll be a fun night for fans.
See, are you guys encouraging people to dress in like camp counselor? Because I have a camp counselor costume I'm wearing. I'm just saying.
I have my tube socks ready. Yeah. So absolutely.
Sweatbands.
Yeah.
The sweatbands, the wristbands, all that. It's awesome.
Let's just have fun with it.
Absolutely. So throw it back. Throw on some camp counselor gear.
For some reason, my brain goes, I think because my Gen X brain, I take it to the 70s and 80s. Yes. But I'd like whatever, then to millennials, let's see what they do. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
What camp looks like in their mind.
I know, it's funny. All I think about are like those little shorts, the stripes and like the ringer t-shirts, knee socks.
Yes.
Totally aging myself, but.
Nope, those and the tube tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the little half t-shirts that the girls would wear, and some of the guys too would wear those little half t-shirts and their little short shorts. I don't even know if they're biker shorts. They're like almost workout shorts, but they were like, they're showing some leg on those.
Yeah.
What did the guys used to call the shirts when they cut them? Like, what was it? Didn't they have like a name?
Oh, the half shirts on guys?
I thought
Yeah,
it was
remember
just,
how
like,
they used to
half
cut like
shirts.
jerseys?
Yes.
Just like half
Oh,
shirts.
like the, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd like to see some of that. That would be fun.
That would be really
I'm like the crazier
I
the
know.
better. I'm
I
like,
I
I
know.
want to laugh. I want everybody, just us all to look kind of
I mean,
ridiculous.
just think of it as like a theme party, like,
Yeah.
go all out.
So I've got a few people chiming in the chat room from our
Okay.
peanut gallery in there who I love so much. So I've got Daisy Dukes for the shorts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are good. And then the crop tops. Somebody's chanting all the gym shorts. Okay, come on. Right? I'm pretty sure everybody's going for the gym because it's comfy, right? It's comfy.
Yes, it is.
I mean, just think of the aesthetic of that.
And if you need like a reference, go back and watch some Friday the 13th movies,
There you
or even Sleepaway Camp. Sleepaway Camp is good for that old school aesthetic, campy wear. Rock those.
Yes. I feel like we're gonna see a lot of pigtails and
Yes.
Because
Maybe some sweatbands.
I'm not wearing a sweatband. I'm just gonna go out and say that right now.
Erica, I already got you
on.
one. You're
You
putting
did?
on a sweatband.
All right. If you got me one, Kim, I will wear it.
We're gonna all match.
Now I gotta go get tube socks. I have some like knee-high socks, but I don't think they're the right kind. So now I'm gonna have to go tube sock shopping, I think.
Absolutely.
But I think that's gonna be awesome, and I think people are gonna have a lot of fun with that because you guys have done some really cool theme parties in the past, but I love the fact that it's summer, and I love that you're embracing the camp counselor and just the camping aspect of it. I think it's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the women's gonna have like some, food out there, like burgers, dogs,
Oh yeah.
stuff like that
Ooh.
also. So
Okay. So are
Yeah.
they now?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys I know they usually they do their drink specials and stuff too. So are they doing cash and card? Do you know with the food?
oh, you know what?
We
I
actually,
want to
we
say
know-
it's card.
Okay.
yes, I think it's cash, card only outside at the grill.
Okay.
That the barbecue grill they're gonna set up, and then cash and card inside Gatorville.
Okay.
And I believe all the bars inside also take card and cash.
Okay.
So I think it's cash only at the barbecue.
We'll try and get a little.
Friendly,
We'll
sorry.
clarify that this week, and we'll get a little
Okay.
final info out.
I like to because so I plan I'm a wicked planner. I plan all the things. So I have
Yeah.
certain cash set aside for autographs in the vendor room, even though I constantly overspend. Don't tell the husband, but it happens. And so that's why I asked. Is I want to make sure if I need cash for that, I want to have that set aside so that I can go ahead and plan proper
Yes, and
Yes.
we will we'll have some extra ATMs around
Nice.
the convention like we usually do. So that'll help.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So just to kind of recap really quickly, so the movie, and then DJ PD Pumpkinity is going to be happening on Saturday, and then on Friday we've got the relay races, and then we've got the egg tosses, and all of those fun things,
And the Jason
costume contest, and then the floaty contest is also on Saturday to go with the drive-in pool movie.
Dive in.
I like a dive-in.
sit in. If you don't have to, we'll have seating around the pool as well.
Okay. Well, yeah, they usually have their chairs and stuff out that you
Yeah.
can kind of sit down and just chill out and relax, have a drink,
Yes, have many drinks.
have all the drinks. I will say this, with your many drinks that you're having, and I definitely encourage you to partake and have a good time, drink some water as well. Because you don't want to overdo yourself on the alcohol and then put yourself in that position of sleeping and missing out on half the convention that I think we've all done at one point.
Yes.
Except Gina and I have to roll to work with it.
And we don't drink enough water. That is my worst.
No.
The worst thing over the weekend is I never drink enough water. It's really bad.
I think it happens, right?
It's like
because
a
you're in
theme.
go mode. You're just going and you're on autopilot and you're trying to get it done.
Yeah, and then it's Sunday, and then we're like, oh, we had nothing to drink or eat in 3 days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, sometimes it's, Gina, it's just, it'll be like 7 o'clock at night, and I'm like, wait, oh, I haven't even had like nothing, a drink. I've had coffee, of course, but that's about it. But it's all right.
It's okay. We all survive it.
We survive.
Now I have to ask you guys, what inspires the team to come back year after year with each amazing show? I know you guys, you put your heads together collectively, and you know, sometimes there's a theme, as with just show, sometimes there's not. What inspires you guys to keep doing it, man?
You know, it's one of those things that, like, going into it, you're like, oh, this is just like, you're killing yourself. It's so much work. It's like, it's nonstop. Like, you're ready to just pass out at any moment. And then the show's over and you're like, that was amazing. Look what we just did. And then we need to do that again, and we got to do better. So it's just like a cycle. You know, it's very, I guess, I don't like to use the word rewarding. It's kind of weird, but it's just a good feeling to put on an event like that, and you walk around and you look at it from the outside, and you know, I'm very proud of our team and what we accomplished. It's not a small feat to put together something like that. So
no.
And it's a pretty awesome job. It's very, very hard work. I don't think anyone on the outside realizes how much goes into these shows that we put on, how much heart and sweat and tears and all of that stuff. But it's always worth it at the end. So beautiful. Keep on going.
Yeah, I agree. I get inspired. Like, I'm just going to shock people. I don't know, but I've never been to a convention until I worked for this convention.
Really?
So, yep, I never.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know. So for me, it's so inspiring. Like, I find it, first of all, it's the best gig anybody could ever have, in my opinion. I love it. It's crazy. It's chaos. It's hysterical. The attendees, I love the craziness. And I tell Gina all the time, it's like chaos and crazy. And I laugh so much. And I've met so many amazing people. And to be part of the whole construction of it is, it's so cool. Like, to walk into the floors, my favorite is like, we'll get there and it's just empty. And then to see it just full bloom, like on a Saturday afternoon, bustling, things are going on, the media guests, the people, the drink, like everybody's having a great time. And to just know you were like a small piece of it, I think it's the coolest thing.
I love that. It's, you kind of watch before the storm, right? So like, you guys, when you're setting everything up, you know, you walk in, as you said, at that big empty room, and then you start to see the pipe and drape go up, and then you start to see the vendors loading in, and then you watch as the crowd starts to come in. And I've sat back before, like, my husband does makeup, and I've watched him at the makeup booth, and I've sat back and I've just kind of watched the crowd come in, and I watched people's faces. So, like, you can see that excitement, and it's infectious. So, like, you may have started, and you're just like, I'm tired, I'm beat, I want to take a nap. But the minute things start to go, and you start to see people having fun and smiling and laughing, all of a sudden, you get, like, that fourth and fifth wind, and you're just like, this is amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's funny, you know, Friday's always, like, the craziest day. So, it doesn't matter how well you plan, it's always a little hectic because we're opening and we're getting things ready, and things are very fluid. Things change, things happen. You know, so by Saturday, once we open the doors on Saturday, it's just like we're open, like everything is smooth, and look what we did. So it's
we were talking to, I think, Shelly about this the other day. There's a moment on a Saturday, like around 1, 2 o'clock, where you're just like, man, we did it. We pulled this off. It all came together, and it's pretty cool. And I think that's why you come back.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm not going to lie, I find working for PD to be the funniest, and he's like, I'm highly entertained all the time.
It is fun.
That is the truth.
We do have a lot of laughs. And I do like walking around and seeing everybody just enjoying the weekend, having a good time. And then, you know, in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, we helped everyone have a great weekend. We put on this event and everyone's having fun and enjoying themselves because of something we did and put together. So yeah.
And Gina's put together like a great team. Like we have a great team of people.
Have a great team. Yeah. We do.
And it's going, I love it.
Yep.
I hate to get so sappy. I love it.
It's okay. Listen, get sappy.
Gig.
It's you got okay. So first of all, the people that I've met through Spooky staff, and I'm gonna get specific with the staff in general. So everyone that I've met that's been staff at Spooky has been extremely like just positive and helpful, and you can tell that they want to be there. They're not doing it just because maybe they get a perk or anything like that. You can tell that the staff really enjoys what they're doing, and that makes me so happy because I love to see people doing what they enjoy.
It's true. Yeah. I think so.
And you have to be a little bit insane.
Oh, yes.
I mean, aren't we all just a tiny bit?
Just
in
a little bit of crazy, and you're perfect.
Yes. A little, you gotta be a little psychotic to be able to do
A little bit.
what we do.
And some pretty thick-skinned is what I always say.
Absolutely.
Thick skin.
Very thick skin.
Sometimes it's hard though. Like sometimes that thick skin only is so thick before you're just like.
It's true. I mean, sometimes I'm just like, you just get beat down, but just have to keep going. So, and you know, sometimes you just have to it just humor gets us through. You know,
We laugh a lot. Sometimes we cry.
Sometimes we cry. But yeah, humor always gets us through, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
It's important to have, especially.
So sorry about the noise in the background.
You're okay. I know you have a special guest there with you, Kim. We know Kim has a
yes,
puppy.
I have
so
a new 5-month-old golden retriever, and he's just eating literally a roll of tape right now. So sorry.
It's okay. It's added sound effects. I think the folks enjoy. Now, with Spooky Empire, I have to ask this question, and I've gotten this asked before, and I have my own personal answer for this, but I'm curious to see what your guys' answer is this one. What sets Spooky Empire apart from any convention? Because there's tons of conventions. There's more popping up in Florida. There's more popping up in the Midwest, in the Southeast. Yeah. So what sets Spooky to you apart from any of those other events that happen?
I think it's the vibe of our show. I think it's our attendees. We have, some of the events we have going. I mean, we've been doing this. I think next year is our 20-year anniversary.
Is it next year or this year?
Yeah, 2023 is 20 years.
Oh my God, wow.
So, there's a lot of things that we've put into our show that, maybe we were inspired by many years ago, or things that we started many years ago. So I think we have some events that maybe not everyone's doing. We have just a different kind of vibe. Maybe it's the hotel. I'm not really sure. It's a combination of a lot of different things, like that just kind of set us apart. We never went after that. I don't think we were ever looking for that convention, like Comic-Con type feel, because that to us was always a little standoffish and a little cold. I think we were always fans. I'd say we were always fans of DragonCon, and I think that was whenever we would go to DragonCon, that was kind of how we always wanted to model ourselves, more of like the hotel feel, the more intimate feel, a place where everyone stays for 3 days. You're kind of like engulfed in the event. It's not like you come in for a few hours and leave.
Yeah.
I think there's just a lot of things, and that's why I think our show's kind of become had like a little bit of a cult following, and
a little bit.
Yeah.
You have a very big cult following, and you have a lot of people who are very like, I don't want to say loyal, but they're just very. It doesn't matter who you guys have; they're immediately going to buy a ticket to the show. You know what I mean? Like before you even announce a guest, they're like, "Where are tickets? When can I buy on my vendor table?" Like I've never seen that with any other show.
that was always our goal. We wanted it to be just an event that you want to be at, not well, who's going to be there, or I'm waiting to see who you're announcing. We want some people to be there because overall the event is just a good time.
Yeah.
And somewhere that you want to plan your vacation, no matter what guests are there or what panel you're coming to see. The whole event itself should be, we want it to be something that people just want to attend. And as soon as we announce it, we got to be there. People plan their trips around it, their vacations around it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and then once we start making announcements, and that should just be like the sugar on top of like,
yes,
what's already a great event.
It's so immersive. I think that's why.
Yeah.
It's
and
like
that's something we've always strived for. Like, we just want that to be it's just the event itself should sell it on its own.
And I think that's the main thing that keeps bringing people back, right? Because it's as you said, it's immersive. It's not just you come, you hang out for a few hours, and you leave. You don't want to leave. Like, you want to get your hotel room, which are rooms still available, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we're close to a sellout. Someone might have said a Saturday sold out. I'm not sure, but you can still call or go on our site. Yeah.
But that's one of the big things, right? Is you get your hotel room, you may make a friend in line, getting your, picking up your wristband or getting an autograph, and then you hang out with everybody all weekend long. So it becomes a much more intimate and friendly feeling. And there's a lot of people chiming in the chat room saying, they feel comfortable, they feel accepted, they feel included, they've never felt like out of place at Spooky, which I think is huge, because I went to Comic-Con and it's not for me. It's not my thing. I've done that. Like, I went to MegaCon once and that was enough for me, cuz it's not my bag. But Spooky is from the staff to the attendees, everyone is very welcoming. And very like, let me help you, let me show you things, let me just very welcoming and inclusive. And that to a lot of people is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was always also our goal, is to make sure our team, like our entire team, is inviting and helpful. And you just want it to be the place to be, and you want people to be like, if they can't make it, be like, man, I'm really missing out. You want everyone to be there. And we've had so many people make friends there, meet their future spouses there, build families. It's just so much has come out of our convention. It just really just adds on to the whole feel of the family vibe that's there.
I met my husband at Spooky.
We know.
I met JD at Spooky. I met a lot of people that are very, very close and near and dear to my heart at Spooky, and that I talk to some on a daily basis. We see them and make plans outside of Spooky. You guys know there are people that have come to Spooky for years and they bring their kids, and you watch these people's kids grow up and you're just like, first of all, oh my God, I'm old. Your kid was like a year old last month and now they're like 30. But it's a very, not only is it a place for the weirdos and the rock and roll kids, but it's very family friendly.
Yeah, it has definitely become family friendly. Yeah, we see lots of kids. We've seen kids grow up. Every year I'm like, I see the kids like growing since the last, since they've been coming, which is really cool.
It makes me
I
feel
love
so
that
old.
we're all inclusive. I love that I love that you're saying people are in the chat room about that. I mean, that just says so much about Spooky Empire, and I just love it.
Oh yeah, there's a couple people screaming FOMO because they weren't able to come. I know Cheryl and Jared are some regulars that go to the show, and they're coming, I think, on Sunday. They're gonna come hang out on Sunday, which they're like, it's FOMO. Like, if you miss a show, you're genuinely sad about it.
Yes, and we notice sometimes. We see, like, there are regulars that come every year, and Pete and I, like, will notice, oh, so-and-so's not here. Like, you start to notice when regulars are not there. And, and like you said, it just becomes it's a family, you just, and I don't think I think it'd be very hard for anybody to replicate that. And I don't think it was anything that we specifically did to make that happen. I think it was very organic.
Yes.
And also, like I said, we're now 20 years. So, we've been in it a long time. So
I can't believe it's been 20 years already. I mean, that's crazy. I've seen, I've seen friends have children. I've seen children grow up. I know you both have kids. I've seen your kids grow up, and I'm just like, I'm glad they're growing up, but man, I feel old. But all right, do it.
Yeah, I mean, Adriana's 13 now. Like, she was born when I remember being pregnant at Spooky at the Wyndham. So crazy. And now she's, wanting to come and work and run it. So.
All right.
It's her legacy.
Put her to work.
Next generation's taken over. So. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I think that's great.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know there's a term that a lot of folks throw around, which is spooky family. Yeah. And that gets thrown around a lot. And it's not a bad thing. I think it's a great thing. And that term means different things to different people. So I have to ask, what does the term spooky family mean to both of you?
I mean, family is very important to me, whether it's my real family or our spooky family. And that includes our staff, our volunteers, our attendees, anyone that's there that has our back and supports us in everything we do, whether they're supporting us by helping us and working or coming to the show or buying a ticket. We've had some past events that have had issues, and like we've had so many people have our back, whether it was like a hurricane canceled us or issues at the show, and just having that group of people behind us, that family. I mean, that's what family's for. They're always going to be there for you no matter what. So I think it's definitely, I don't know how that term came about. I don't know if we came up with it or someone did, but I think it's very fitting for our show.
I mean, I'm just going to jump in and just say it's to see people like you said, they just see each other like at the shows, like friends meet up, and the hugging and the reconnection that they have at the shows, and I watch it. And then the vendors too, that like come, it's they have a whole thing going on. And I think that's what it is. It's everything, all encompassing. And I think that, like you mentioned, like maybe those bigger cons, which I don't think you get that. And I've never seen anything like it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I'm like a little bit of an outsider on conventions, but I'm just saying, I think it's lovely. And I'm going to
coin this one because there's a couple of people throwing this out in the chat. I know our friends from Haunt Scene are watching, and JD's throwing in too. We're saying that Spooky's essentially has become like a family reunion for a lot of people.
Perfectly put.
Regardless of the guests or the activities or the after events or whatever, a lot of people come because it's a chance to see some of their friends that maybe lived halfway across the country and they don't see, and it's that reunion and that rekindling. And I think that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agree.
And what a better place to do it at.
Exactly. Than
with
Spooky.
Like cool celebrity guests to meet, and people, and drinks, and after parties, and DJs, and all the things,
and all the craziness.
Shopping at the vendors. I mean, getting tattoos.
Yes.
At that community, that's like a whole different city going on in the tattoo room. But
I mean, there's lots of families within families in our show.
Exactly. But everybody gets along, and everybody just has the best time.
Yeah. And I think that's huge, right? So, like, there's a lot of events where a lot of different people attend, but Spooky is one of the few events that I've ever been to where everybody seems to get along no matter what walk of life they're from, whether, to your point, whether they're the tattoo crowd or the metal crowd or the goth crowd or the punk crowd or, your random normal person who's just like, I want to see what this is, or may come for that guest that's not really horror related, but they know them from something else, and then they fall in love with the show.
Yeah. Or we'll get like an email from like a person who's attended our show for the first time, and they came by themselves, and then they left with like a whole group of family and some cool merch. And that's pretty cool to get those emails, besides the complaining ones, but those are better.
for sure.
I do see that a lot. And I'm going to throw it back again to the official Spooky Empire attendee pages. There's a lot of people that join that page and they come to the show alone and they don't know anybody. And it's,
yeah, I see that.
You know, and there's a lot of people that are like, hey, if you see me, say hi, or don't be afraid to talk to people, and you will leave with more friends than you even thought you could make at that show. And that's such a unique feeling. Like,
Yeah,
half of my wedding party I met at Spooky.
that's true. I do love seeing that. I love, and I see it often as someone posting, hey, I'm coming in by myself. Like, I have some questions. I've never been. And then everyone like kind of gangs up and is like, come and meet me for a drink. We'll be here. Like, join our group, or we're happy to meet up with you. I love seeing that. I think it's really cool.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's an awesome welcoming vibe that I think is very, very great that you guys have that at the show.
Yes.
Do you guys have any advice for first timers who maybe have never been before and they don't really... Because, I mean, we can talk about how much fun it is, but I don't think folks really grasp what the show's been if they've never been. So if this was like your first time, what advice do you have for somebody that's maybe, you know, never been before?
I would say definitely, you know, hit some of the events, like, you know, come out Thursday night. Come out Thursday night if you're there early, and come out to Gatorville, and, you know, all the early birds are going to be there, and some of the celebrities will be out there, and you're going to start meeting people Thursday night before we even set up. So I think it's a great way to kind of to dive in a little bit and meet a few people, and then, you know, maybe you can make your plans from there for the weekend, or you know, come in a little bit early Friday and meet people in line. I think it's very easy to come out and by yourself and jump in, and I think just joining up with, just throw yourself in there, get in line, go have a drink.
I just think also don't have any preconceived notions or anything. Just be like willing to just dive in and just enjoy it and the people, and not be afraid to talk to anybody or go up to anybody, and just like get ready to have some fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, what other convention is the owner of it, the promoter? I mean, he's, you know, out there
DJing
time with you. You know, Gina and PD both are out there, and sometimes, and I think that's pretty cool. Like, what other? I don't think the owner of MegaCon, maybe, I don't know, but I doubt it. I think that's a cool aspect, and you can go up and meet them and talk to them, and I mean, I love that.
I think as far as the convention, you know, always check out our schedule, plan out your weekend, get some of your tickets in advance.
Download the app. I had somebody mention in the chat that you guys have the app.
Yeah, download the app. If no one's familiar with it, we use this app called Sked, SCHED. And if you go on there and search Spooky Empire, our schedule will come up. There's also a link to it on our website. Okay. And once you get into it, you can sign up, and it's interactive, so you can plan your whole weekend. You can RSVP to panels and photo ops, and it'll set up your schedule for the weekend. It's pretty cool. Nice. And you can, you'll know when things change, if we have any updates to, if something is canceled, if something is switched times, it'll alert you. So I think it's a really cool app that we've kind of integrated a couple of years ago.
It's definitely, I mean, I've used the app before, and I think it's great because you guys have, I mean, the spring summer show now has a lot going on, but like specifically, let's say like the October show is huge, and there is, you can't keep track of half of what's going on. So the app is definitely a great thing. So I definitely download that app and check that out and mark off the things that you want to do.
Has some great filters in it. It's really good organization for your weekend. You get the program too. You'll get that when you get there. But if you want to plan in advance, definitely get on the Sked.
Nice.
And also, like, take your time and go through our vendor room. Like, that's what I would tell a newbie. Like, really just enjoy it. Like, there's so much to see and buy.
Yeah.
I miss vendors because I run 100 miles an hour, and I don't take my time through the vendor room, and I think that that's great advice because there are a lot of great vendors that you will easily miss.
Yeah.
I like those. Those are,
and our vendors are please, our vendors are amazing. Please make sure you get in there
Oh my God.
and spend some money in there because, it's been, over the last couple of years, it's been kind of rough for everybody, I think. So now that everything's open back up, all the shows are coming back, it just, get out there and support them. A lot of them are local. Yes. Some have traveled in. Just they can all use your business for sure.
For sure.
And if you see something,
shop local.
Yes.
Like buy it. Don't wait, because chances are it will be gone.
Don't wait. I've done that actually. I'm like, oh, I'll get this on Sunday, and then it's gone.
And then Sunday comes, and you're like, well, I guess I won't now.
And
wah wah.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are good. And then JD has a 5-2-1 rule, which I like, which is 5 hours of sleep, which I think is good. What was the other one he said? Hold on, I'm gonna find it here. He mentioned this in the chat. It was like 5 hours of sleep, 2 meals, and 1 bath or shower.
We like everybody to shower. Yes. Please. Oh yeah, first time attendee, please make sure.
Yeah.
Please. Very important. Please shower.
Please. Especially it's going to be a summer show. It's hot out there. Let's all put on our deodorants and take showers and.
Oh boy.
It's going to be a hot one, boys and girls. So yeah.
Sometimes it really is. Sometimes it gets a little crowded, a little too close for comfort, and we prefer you smell good. I agree.
I mean, just saying.
I mean, I feel like sometimes I need to shower 3 times.
I was going to say, we do our best
to
stay clean.
So,
showers, deodorant, eat, hydrate. We're all guilty of not doing.
Definitely hydrate. Definitely eat. Yes, please. Rest.
Food.
Yep.
And what's so great about the Wyndham is there are tons of local restaurants or quick grab places that that are inexpensive, so you can honestly that eating runs the gamut there. You can have fine dining to Popeye's chicken, or Wawa sandwich. So
Wawa's right there, and it's super convenient. Just grab one of those already made sandwiches. If you're you need something, just grab it and get out and get back to it. But that's a great call. I always forget about Wawa.
Yeah, if anyone's coming in themselves, especially and you're traveling in and don't maybe have a car, you don't need to drive anywhere. You can walk pretty much anywhere you need to go. Mm-hmm. So I think it's pretty accessible for anyone that's traveling in for the first time.
And there's a Walgreens there too, right next door. So if you guys need anything.
Starbucks.
Yes.
Yeah. Starbucks, yes.
I mean, it's really, I love the Wyndham for all that it gives us.
It's a great spot. I have, and I know. So okay, really quickly, I wanted to dive into something you had mentioned before we started the show that you guys had a little announcement that you wanted to talk about. So what's going on?
I'm very excited. Hold on, I'm gonna because I don't want to get this wrong. So so Friday night, or actually Friday afternoon, 4:00. That's this coming Friday. We're very excited, and this did not make it to our program, but it will be on our schedule, and it'll be announced officially tomorrow.
Okay.
But we have some of the creative team from Universal Halloween Horror Nights coming out, and they're going to do a panel at 4:00 on Friday. That includes Mike Aiello, Charles Gray, Laura Sauls, and Matt Flood. And they're going to come out and do a little PowerPoint. They're going to have some video. I'll give you a little bit of a preview.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
They're going to just come talk all things Horror Nights, history, creative process, all that fun stuff. So we're really excited that they're coming out. And this all just kind of came together recently. So we'll be making the official announcement tomorrow, but you guys get the little sneak peek information. Yes.
You just scooped it, Erica. You just scooped it.
No, that's all. We love Halloween Horror Nights. We always do Frequent Fear every year, and we practically, poor JD, I'm like, what are we doing tonight? Halloween Horror Nights. Let's go. And he's just like, it's Sunday and we need a break. And I'm like, no, we don't. We're gonna go every night. Let's go.
Yep. So definitely make sure you get your tickets. It's included in your admission. So nice. Friday at 4:00.
That's exciting. That's very, very awesome. So are they just going to be doing the panel, or are they coming all weekend?
They're just doing the panel on Friday, yeah.
That's awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'll have to set an alarm on my phone so that I get in there early and get like a good seat.
Yeah. I think that one's going to get full.
Yeah.
I think so too, yeah.
I think it's going to get full. And they finally announced a couple of houses, so they've got some good stuff to talk about. We're excited. Thank you guys. That's so awesome. I love it. Now I've got a couple more questions, and then I'll see if maybe anybody in the chat has any questions. And I ask these 2 questions of all of my guests. And I typically will ask like for the number 1, but I'm going to go with the top 3 because lately people have struggled with these a little bit, and they kind of help people get to know you on a little bit of a personal level. So the first question that I want to ask you ladies is, what are your top 3 favorite Halloween candies?
Oh, I'm going to go first because I already know my answer.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, so number 1 is Reese's peanut butter cups, but the original square ones, not the minis.
Oh,
like, you know what I'm talking about with the white on the, like the cardboard in it, the
Mhm.
paper. That's my number 1. Sweet tarts.
Okay.
And for some reason, Milky Way, but it's got to be smushed for some reason. That's
It's
like
got to
my
be
kids-
smushed.
It's always smushed, and I'm like, I don't know, but it's my favorite. I always steal it out of my kids' candy for sure.
That's funny. I have a couple of same, so you kind of stole from me, but I'm gonna have to say
sorry.
Reese's also. Reese's, and I like a Whopper. I'm a Whopper fan.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
yes, I love malted milk balls. It's such a weird thing.
No, they're
I love-
good.
I know, and I like sweet tarts too. I agree.
Those are all
I know.
solid choices.
Yeah.
We're so Gen X.
Okay, but wait. How do you feel about candy corn?
Oh,
I don't feel
Oh my
anything.
gosh, I forgot that. Yes, I buy those every year. I fill up a jar of the candy corn and the pumpkins, the little pumpkins.
Yes, the pumpkins are so good.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to bump those up to number 1. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, that is a bold statement.
I feel like you either love candy corn or you hate it. There's no
Or you
middle
just
ground.
feel like you're eating wax. We're not sure.
It's probably the first thing I buy as soon as all the fall and Halloween stuff comes out. I buy a bag of them and I fill up a jar, and it's like, yeah,
Same.
it's like on all fall.
And then I throw that jar out when Halloween's over.
Absolutely, absolutely. Or it sits in your cabinet and it gets into one big clump.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you forget about it, and then you're like, oh wait,
Totally forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
surprise
Or we just
candy
throw
corn.
in this house. We'll just throw them at each other like
They become
weapons.
weapons.
they do.
All right, now last question I've got. What are your top 3 favorite horror films?
Go ahead, Kim.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, so it's so hard because I like different genres of things.
Yeah.
So I would say like what got me into horror, of course, when I was little was Poltergeist and Nightmare on Elm Street. So An Exorcist, and the Exorcism of Emily Rose.
That was good.
I really liked. But as newer stuff, I'm a big fan of Jordan Peele's stuff
Yes.
that he's doing right now. His take on Candyman, I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm not like a slasher girl. I like thrillers, stuff like that.
Possession
but,
films, clearly.
And what's his name? Ari Aster, I think he's the director that does like Hereditary and Midsommar.
Oh yeah, those are good.
I like those. Like Midsommar was a little like like at the end I felt like, what did I just watch? But I loved it.
Good.
So there you go.
Those are good picks.
Yeah, it's that's tough. I mean, yeah, same. It depends on the genre. I love old, anything black and white. So I'm a fan of Universal. Dracula, Frankenstein, Creature. I love watching those. When I was growing up, I think a movie that's memorable to me because I remember watching with my dad is like the Hellraiser movies.
Oh,
Which,
God.
and I'm not really a slasher fan, but I guess that I don't know why that one sticks with
I
me.
don't really consider Hellraiser a slasher.
No,
though.
I think it's
that's
more like I wouldn't even know how you explain it.
that's more of
And
like
then
a demonic, I guess, because they're demons, right?
Yeah.
Well, to some, angels
Yeah.
to others, whatever. But it's
Yeah,
not
well,
really.
combination, but And then yeah, I love any kind of like psychological thriller. Those are my fave. But I think growing up, like anything from like the '80s, like Poltergeist and um, uh, Cujo and all those kind of
Cujo. I forgot
yeah,
about her.
yeah.
But do you ever go back and watch some of them and they're kind of funny?
Oh yeah.
Like at the same time, you're like, wait, what?
But I feel
And then,
like the 80s was such a great era for horror.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. And then
For
I
sure.
like, I guess like I love Dracula with Gary Oldman and love that movie. And then I like paranormal movies, so that's hard. It's hard to pick.
Does true crime count? Because I really love that.
I mean, you could listen, I'm a true crime girl. I listen to true crime podcasts like all day long while I'm working, which I don't really know what that says about me, but
I know.
it's fine, I promise. But I listen to it all the time. So I mean, you could categorize true crime. Like there's what is it? There's a series on Netflix, and I think they only canceled it after a couple of seasons, Mindhunter.
Oh, I loved that series.
Phenomenal series. And it was all like true crime and how the FBI started putting together their profiling for serial killers, and it's such a awesome series, and I'm hoping that they do another season of it, but it's been a hot second, but it's so awesome.
A lot of people are kind of upset that they canceled that.
Oh, I was mad about it. I was big mad about it. Like I threw a little fit on the inside because I was like, "This is because the cast was fantastic, the story was fantastic. It was such a good series, and I'm legit mad about it."
Yeah, I think a lot of people are.
Yeah,
good. I'm not alone then. Does anybody here hanging out in the chat? I see there's quite a few of you. Does anybody have any questions for the ladies while we're sitting here? But yeah, that was Mindhunter. One of my faves. And then what's her name? Bailey Sarian. Like I binge her all the time. So
I love watching her. Yes, I love her stories, her backstories, and history. Those are so cool. I love watching her videos.
And then she does all her makeup. She transforms herself into this beautiful makeup as she's talking about these horrific crimes.
I love it.
know.
It's like mesmerizing. I love watching it.
Oh, this is an interesting question we got. Okay, I like this one. If you had no financial restrictions or space restrictions, what's the one thing that you would like to see at Spooky, that you would like to have at the show? Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. That's a hard one. All right, Lindsay. Or, no, Linda, sorry. Words.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
That's hard. I have a thought on that.
All right, give me your
thought.
thoughts.
My 2 cents, like a sideshow, like some sideshow acts, like some sword swallowing and some like fire breathers and like human pincushions. Like that would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think like maybe like some kind of a indoor haunt of some sort would be really cool. Gosh, that's a question.
Is really hard. I mean, it would probably be like any guest, like no money's object.
I know.
Get really great, like all the guests that maybe don't want to do it. We can maybe tempt them with money.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Just saying.
I mean, my mind goes right to either like a big guest or like a major band. Like
that would be cool.
As a music junkie, I kind of right to like a big music act. I think.
What music act would you have?
Oh my goodness. Maybe.
I mean, I kind of know who you personally would have, but
yeah, but that doesn't really go with our show. I don't know, like a Tool or like a.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Rob Zombie, of course. I don't know, anything like that. I guess would be pretty cool.
That would be awesome. Rob Zombie's people. Somebody like. Get on that. Just tell him. Just tell him. I know. I'm just saying. Eventually he's gonna cave.
Yes.
Like one of these days.
We're gonna wear him down.
Down.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta beat him into submission a little bit and just kind of slowly chip away.
Like, man, these spooky empire people, they don't stop. All right.
Like, that's fine. I'll do it. I'm giving in. Okay, here's another good one. What's your best memory from a past guest that you guys have had at the show?
Oh,
that's a good one.
I have the funniest memory, and Gina will laugh at this, but
I already know.
it was Elvira. It was, I
I
think,
feel like I need to find it.
it was Elvira.
Okay.
So they were like, she was getting ready. She had her, she was all glammed up, I guess you would call it, and all Elvira-y. And they had the couch, and they were like, "Oh, we need to do like a lighting test." And I just happened to be like walking through the room, and they're like, "Oh, just stand right here in the back of the couch." And I was like, "Oh, okay," thinking like they're just doing a test.
Yeah.
Well, like hours go by, and I walk into the office, and Gina pulls out this photo. And I'm literally like, I look like it's a head on a stick, like in the back of this couch. And I blend in with, I can't even describe the hilariousness.
Head floating above
Like
the couch.
it was, and there's like Elvira, just like, and there's my head. So to me, that was so funny. Plus, she was delightful and everything. I loved her, but that was to me very funny. Like just some crazy shenanigans.
I don't know. I mean, we've had some really cool guests that I've had good interactions and conversations with. Loved meeting Joan Cusack.
Yeah.
I loved all the guys from the Lost Boys, and Matthew Lillard is always one of my favorites.
I was just gonna say Matthew Lillard.
Some really great guests. I remember I got to I actually sat and had a whole conversation with Joan Cusack one day at lunch, which was very cool. And some of those things are really neat because, we work with guests every year after year and after show, and it just becomes, you get a little, I don't want to say jaded because it's not really the word, but you just get kind of
used to it,
used to it, I guess. So every once in a while, there's a guest that is like, "Oh, I'm sitting here talking to this person right now." It's kind of weird. I remember when we booked the guys from the Lost Boys, which was oh my god, I forgot that movie in my list. So
we're adding it in, Lost Boys.
As a teenager, I remember going to see that movie. We literally would walk out of the movie, we turn around, and we sneak back in. I remember watching it 3 times in a row with one of my friends when it came out. Nice. And having all those posters on my wall, and I was obsessed with that movie. And so when all those guys came to the show and were calling me on my phone, I was like, this is just so weird. If I was 16 right now, I'd probably be losing my mind. So those are all the kind of cool things that happen that, sometimes it's just a little surreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your 16-year-old self would have fangirled immediately and been like, "No, you're screwing with me. No, I don't believe you."
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we had we were talking with Anne Rice once, and she left a message it didn't ever work out that she came to our show at the time, but
yeah,
we were calling and leaving a message on, we had voicemail, we had answering machines, and she left a message on our answering machine, which was pretty cool. We came home, Pete and I were there was a message, we're like, oh my god, Anne Rice just left a message on our answering machine. It was really funny. So just lots of kind of cool little stories and memories like that.
I'm gonna need to see that picture, Kim.
I was going to give it to you because I was like, this is the funniest picture. I will give it to you. It is, I'll send it to you. It is, I don't think I've ever laughed so hard. I got to be honest.
Oh, okay. All right. This is going to be our last question, guys, and then I'm going to let these ladies go enjoy their Sunday evening. So Cheryl asked this one. If you could surprise Petey with a guest, who would it be? It can be any guest. It doesn't have to be
Sebastian Bach.
I think Kim nailed it. It would probably be Sebastian Bach. You're probably right.
Sorry. Only
because we just had that
conversation.
Yes.
I didn't think he'd be able to speak.
No, you're probably right. Okay. I think he's met all the Kiss guys have been almost, so he's already met them. So
that's a good one.
Sebastian Bach.
Nice. Well, thank you guys for
only for his role in Gilmore Girls.
Exactly.
Print out a little screen grab of it and have him sign it and be like, here you go. That's awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming on and for chatting and for giving us that awesome announcement about the Horror Nights panel. That's huge. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yes. We're excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. I also just want to mention like Dina for if you want to.
Yes.
Erica, do you want to just? I want to just let the people know what's going on so they can help.
Our girl Dina,
definitely a girl of the lady of spooky for sure.
Very much a lady behind spooky, and
many hair colors.
Yeah, you wouldn't miss her even if you didn't know her, and she just needs a little bit of our help right now. You can find her GoFundMe on our page on Spooky Empire and on the attendees page, I think, right, Erica?
Yes, it is on the attendees page. I'll also link it down below for you folks watching the YouTube playback for it, as well as over on our Horror Happenings Facebook page.
And then we're also, if you're coming to the show, we're going to have a lot of things happening there to kind of help her out right now. So we love her, and if she's listening, we're all here for her, and not our good vibes to her.
We're all Team Dina Bina.
Team Dina.
She's
and talk about spooky fam. That's what it's all about right there.
Absolutely. Yes. Time for our family to come together and help her own out.
And help her out. She's just to give you guys just a quick little snippet, she is fighting cancer currently. She's going through some things, and she could use a little bit of help financially, obviously, medical bills and living and things like that, because she can't work. So any help would be greatly appreciated, whether it's donating $1, $5, sharing the GoFundMe link. Thank you, JD, for posting that in the comments on Facebook. Even that, something small like that would be, huge. She really is an amazing and one of the best human beings I've ever met in my entire life. Just
absolutely
friendly, outgoing, helpful. Just she's awesome, and
she's one of the main, like, an appendage of our show, so she helps make things run smoothly, as she does for many other events in the area, Fringe and all around. So we're gonna miss her this weekend, but she will be there in spirit. And,
absolutely.
And we're all gonna be helping her out. So yes, if you can share, donate, whatever you can do, we appreciate it.
It would be awesome. So thank you guys for talking about that. I appreciate that. I'm sure Dina's gonna watch this at some point, so we love you. We miss you.
Yes.
Get better. We're all in your corner, girlfriend.
Exactly.
You got
whatever she needs.
Absolutely. Whatever it takes, whatever you need, we got you.
We'll get it done.
Exactly. We'll get it done.
Somehow.
We'll figure it out. But thank you, ladies.
Thanks.
For joining
this was
me.
fun.
We'll have to do it again. I like having a girls' night. This is good.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get some other girls on, some other spooky ladies.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll have like a whole spooky ladies show.
Yes.
I love it.
And it'll be like girl talk. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right, gang. So I'll let you guys go. And just to remind everybody really quickly, we do have a show coming up this Wednesday. We're going to have the folks from Hollow Pumpkin is going to be on. Alexis Rodriguez. She is awesome. They've got a little shop in Kissimmee, so we're going to be chatting with her. So tune in. That's going to be Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, keep it spooky. Bye.
Bye.